I mean, I like to think of my Olympic time is my past life, and so it's kind of funny when I have to talk about it again because it's not something I talk about that often. My name's Kaitlyn Farrington. I'm 32 years old and I'm a Protect Our Winters athlete, and I competed in the 2014 Sochi Olympics for snowboard halfpipe and won a gold medal. I think it's in here. Oh yeah. It's the question. Oh, wrapped up in bags. It's got some dings on it because it's seen a lot of things. Wait, what has it seen? Dance floors. The main one is how many people want to bite it. And it's like, you're like, do you know how many hands have been on that? Like, choice is yours. Because I've shared it with a lot of people, and which is fun, what it's meant for.
Have you ever lived anywhere where you've hung it up on a wall or something?
No. I have my bib in the other room. I've been meaning to put that into this frame to hang up somewhere, but I haven't. It's been 8 years, so hopefully soon.
What do you get pins for?
So each person gets 25 pins, and you just pin trade throughout all the games, and you just run around and you're like, what pins do you have? Can I get one of your pins? I'll trade you. And so it becomes a game of who's got the most pins by the end. And then you have to wear this credential all over the place. And so you're all of a sudden you're like, this is so heavy and uncomfortable compared to what? Yeah, someday I'll get that all in there. I mean, when I won, it was kind of crazy because I wasn't expected to win.
We are going to welcome 2014 Olympic gold medalist in women's snowboard halfpipe, Kaitlyn Farrington.
I can't even believe the crowd that's down here today.
That was such an amazing feeling, but then I like to joke, I went from your highest high to your lowest low in 8 months because I had a neck injury that forced me to retire. And they were like, okay, let's just get a x-ray to make sure you don't have a fracture in your neck. And then right at that moment, the doctor was like, you cannot compete snowboarding again. You're done. I have congenital cervical stenosis, so I was actually born with it, but just had no idea until I hit it right. I think I put my sunglasses on and started crying and gave the doctor the middle finger and was like, fuck you, dude. But then had to really accept it and talk to a lot of different doctors. I'm a high-risk paralysis patient, and so it's either walking or still snowboarding. So it was an easy okay, I'm done with that part of my life, and so proceed with caution on snowboarding these days. That was my final pro model with them.
Do you still ride this?
I probably will. I haven't ridden this one in a couple years, but I've got a couple of them stashed up there for when I stop getting free snowboards.
Do you ride all GNU boards, or do you have any others?
Mainly GNU. I was with GNU from the time I was 14. That's just what I ride. I haven't really just transitioned.
Right.
Once I retired from competitive snowboarding, that was right when I made the decision that I needed to move back into the mountains. But yeah, ended up finding Whitefish. It's been 5 years now, and we absolutely love it because it just felt like home and kind of gave me that home sense, which I never had in Salt Lake City. My last year in Utah, I was starting to have troubles breathing during the winter months because we were just living in that smog joker layer.
What we're talking about when we're talking about the air that we breathe is something that you just can't put a price on. What we do here is have to build the political will for us as legislators to take collective action.
When they asked me to start advocating for climate change and being a part of POW, it was just so relatable to my everyday life that it wasn't a hard decision. And so I started working with POW to just start talking about climate change and making it be a subject of everyday life, and I guess normalizing the topic. It was just something that was easy to just jump into and be happy to be a part of doing these school assemblies, going to DC and lobbying. We can go down to the water. It was also in my transitional period where I was like, what am I going to do next?
It's so shallow.
It is so important for future generations and our generation. And so going to DC, it's like to be able to share my story and then talk about something bigger that I'm passionate about now, kind of. It's another surreal feeling that they want to listen to me.
That would be an epic skit. Anyway,
I know, should we just try to see if it'll actually work? Nailed it! It makes me feel good to have my foot in the door with Protect Our Winters and trying to do something actively instead of just like watching it and just thinking like I can't do anything about it. I love the snow. I love snowboarding. I like powder, and so it just comes, I think it comes with the territory of just, I just love snowboarding, and without winter I can't be snowboarding. This was my first buck I ever shot. That was last year. I got a participation award from the Fish and Game, pretty much. I love Mini Coopers, and I've only driven a Mini Cooper my entire life since I've had my license. I call it my truck, and my boyfriend gets mad at me. He's like, it's not a truck, but it is a truck. Great accessory for your boats are beer bongs, because they really, once your beer starts to get warm, you just put it in the beer bong and it's perfect. What are the similarities between a barbed wire fence and a thong?
What?
They protect the property without obstructing the view.